You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth
And
and
what?
shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, people, come on in. Come on in. Mm.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, people, we're live. Got a great discussion tonight.
You already
Xavier.
know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, come on in. 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 We live, people. We live. We live. We live. Mm. Hmm. I'm live. Come on in, people. Appreciate you for tuning in. You already know what it is. Crime chase. Hmm. Mm. Come on in. We got a lot to talk about tonight. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Mm-mm. I love being black. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all coming on in. Y'all want to hear some news tonight, don't you? Some news. Some news. We're going to find out what's going on. Matter of fact, let me put it up on the screen here. Put some up on the screen here. Let's see. All right, if I share some on the screen, let's get it. Let me get it up here. All right. There it is. All right. Put it up on the screen. That's we see it. Y'all see it. Come on in. Come on in. Woo. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Live uncut. Let me acknowledge some people. I haven't been doing that in a while. Let me go through my line list of people. Let's see who's on here. Jules Smith, what's going on? Nicole. Kenny Nicole, what's up? Kenny Nicole. All right. Vicky Gavin. All right. All right. Valisa Lewis, what's going on, Miss Lewis? Colbert Shefford. All right. I'm great. I'm great. I am definitely lovely Dean. What's going on? Miss Emma Harris. What's up, Miss Era? Tamara. Deborah Singleton. Denise Blunt. What's going on? Don Ray. Miss Ray. What's going on? Christina Marie Sane. All right. Vadetta Anderson. All right. We talking about Xavier Tate, the guy that shot and killed the Chicago allegedly shot and killed the Chicago police. Delaray Pink. All right. Shirley Brown. Barbara Cooper. What's up, Barbara? Rosalind Loving Life Berry. All right. Sharice Wright. All right. All right. Wow. Patrick Wilson. That's right. We got the
Tell the truth
and what?
and shame the devil.
I
I
love
love
being
being
black.
black.
All right. Brother Islam. All right. Miss Cynthia Manuel. Hey, Cynthia. Sandra Rando. All right. Divine Order. All right. Dr. D in the house. Rochelle Simpson. Kathy. What's up, Kathy? Kevin Thomas. Family. Aaron Goodman. Ooh, y'all want to hear what's going on. Ann Brown. Deborah Chapman. Latanya Gamlin. All right. Was that Sadie Willis? All right. Y'all want to hear Anna Howard. All right. Christopher Coleman. What's up, brother Chris? I see you. All right. Peggy Gay. Monique McGee. What's up, Monique? I see you. I see you, Monique. I call you back. You didn't answer, Monique. All right. Joshua Mitchell. All right. All right. What's it? Everlina Bell. All right. Tammy L. Davis. What's up, Tammy? Chris Moore. Y'all call in LaDonna Horton. Let me put that number up. Tony Bradford. All right. Des Dobb. All right. Tyrone D. Muse. I think I pronounced that. Mighty B. Janice. Tyrone. All right. I'm doing great, bro. So I call you tomorrow. Okay, that's cool. Ronnie Johnson. Cousin Ronnie Johnson. What's up, Ronnie? Ronnie be dropping them jewels. Shantae Williams. What's up, Miss Shantae Williams? I see you. I see. Now, y'all do me a favor before we get started. Let's share the video because we got a lot to talk about tonight. And we still putting this thing together. And we're asking questions. Tomorrow is the big press conference tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to be there. I made a commitment to be somewhere else, but I don't know. You never know. You never know. Let me put the number up so you guys can call in right now. Now listen, people, what we're gonna do is we want you guys to call in and we might not do the panel today. I don't know. Because I want a lot of people to call in because a lot of time we on the panel, people talk a long time, which I don't care. But I want some new callers today. The number 872-299-0808, 872-297-6389. The number is right on your screen. Hopefully you can read it. It's on your screen. It's on your Justin Cummings. I see you. Lovely Dean, I see you. I see you, cousin Ronnie. Don Ray. BH, I see you. Antoinette McWilliams, I see you. Brenda Sue. Hey, Brenda. Karen Crawley Martin. All right. All right, LaDonna, I'll see you again. Big Drew, 79. Still in there. Marvin Alderman. All right. All right, we need some callers. We got one caller. Dr. D is also on a panel tonight. All right, we need some more callers to call in. People, this is live, uncut, unedited, and we can share a lot of things. People. A lot of people been waiting on this. We've been anxious to see this. We've been anxious. Woo. I'm yawning. Come on in, people. Come on in. Y'all already know what it is.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black.
Come on, man. I got Twitter X on here tonight. I got YouTube on here tonight. I got Facebook Martin Johnson, Facebook Martin G Johnson, and Crime Chasing Martin G Johnson, all on here tonight. And y'all want to hear what's going on. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to share on this live tonight. What's that? Shireen Moby. All right. Jerron Bodian. West Side in the house. All right. Let me see if I can get my buddy to come in. I'm live, y'all. I'm live. Come on in, y'all. I'm live. Y'all better do me. Come on in. Check me out. All right. Let's go. All right. Where my callers at, people? Where my callers at? I don't see none of my callers. Where are you guys at? This is live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
You already know what it is.
How long we
Live,
been on here, Sharice?
uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I love being black. All right. Come on in, people. I'm live. I am definitely live. I'm sending messages out to my personal friends, and I want them to be on this live. And I got a couple of friends that I personally send them a shout out or text out. And come on in. Come on in. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. What y'all have to say? I want to hear. Come on, we need some more callers.
3699.
Okay, I got another caller. I need some new callers today, too, people. New callers. Now, come on, people. We need some new callers today. Come on in.
Shy.
Come on in.
Don't
Come
be
on
shy,
in.
y'all.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in. Come on in. I'm live, uncut, and unedited. This is where we tell the truth. You see it said Xavier Tate has been charged in the murder of the fallen Chicago police officer Lewis. All right. All right. Tate is charged with first-degree murder, aggravated vehicle hijacking, and possession of a stolen firearm. As we continue to grieve the loss of a kind, compassionate young man and police officer, this is the beginning of justice for officer who is, I don't know, I can't pronounce it, young man name, his family and all his loved ones. Weska.
Officer Weska.
Weska. I call him Lewis. All right, we thank all the law enforcement parties who work alongside to apprehend Tate. We also thank the prosecutorial partners of Cook County State's Attorney Office for their work and securing these charges. More information will be provided at a news conference Friday morning. I can't wait to hear that. Donald Turner, what's going on, Donald? I see you. Latanya Johnson Myers, how you doing? Shirley Givens, what's going on? Nisha Thomas Taylor, what's up, Nisha? I see you. Brown skin, I don't think he did. I don't believe he's trying to pin something on a black man. Okay. All right. All right. All right, people. Let me put that number up again. So I'm looking for some callers now, people. I promise you, I'm not going to have you hold on long tonight. I need you guys to come on in and tell me what's your opinion about this particular case. I need to know your opinion. What is you guys' opinion about this case? Based on the evidence that we've already seen and we know that we have. What is your opinion about this case?
I need more.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
No. Nobody talking right now. No, hold it. I just wanted to I'm talking to the audience right now. I got to get them warmed up. Prep. I got to get them prepped. I need you guys to talk to me. I need you guys to tell the truth and shame the devil. Somebody said Glendale Heights. All right, I'm not convinced he did it. They didn't show us any evidence. Okay, Bonnie Williams. Yeah, we got to wait and see. We definitely got to wait and see because I definitely want to see it. I want to see more evidence. Or do you guys, I'm just asking a question right now. Do you guys believe that he worked alone? Was he working all by himself? Did he do it by himself? All right. No flip-flopping tonight, people. No flip-flopping tonight. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, people. Let's get started. My first caller.
Has joined.
We got how many calls we got on here? Okay, we got a few calls on. We can get started. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 callers. Okay, we'll start it. All right. Dr. Davis, we're going to start with you. All right, go ahead.
Dr. Davis, give me for now. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Excuse me. Please skip me for now. Please skip me. I
Skip
want to
you.
hear everyone's
Come
opinion
on now,
this.
Doc. Come on, talk
Okay.
to it now, because then you're gonna want to butt in when it get interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna skip you then.
You know, okay,
I'll
I'll
skip
say
you.
something. I'll
Yeah,
say
just say
something.
something, then, because
Okay.
I want you.
I'll say
Yeah.
something. Number one, I once again last night I said that number one, we need evidence. Now you just asked the question, do you think he acted alone? How did he get an Uber? If he got an Uber at 2, 3 in the morning in a all Mexican neighborhood, okay, it's just too much. It's just too many details that's just not making sense. Good evening, Barbara. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And how did he end up all the way in Glendale Heights? How did he go to the hundreds? Like, what is this man? What are they doing? So it's like, why does he still have this man handcuffed? Why would the news even mention that he had his handcuffs?
Doc, he didn't have his handcuffs. Let me correct you on that. They used the handcuffs of the officers to arrest him. That's how that went. So he didn't have the handcuffs.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So if he had his gun, they did say they did retrieve his gun because he threw it into a neighbor's yard. Like none of this. Criminals are stupid, but they ain't that stupid. Like he would have threw it down a drain or something, threw it in a lake. If he was smart enough to take a Uber somewhere, why would he toss a gun across the a neighbor yard? It doesn't make sense. And talking about it just doesn't add up to me either, you guys. I'm sorry. None of this is not adding up. It's just not. I would like to hear what the prosecutors want to say tomorrow and the state attorney. What evidence do they have that's not making sense to us? And then not only that, we don't know the news. There's something to tell us anything. So, we banking on what the news is saying. But once the prosecutors come out and tell us, everything and start showing us the evidence, and that's where we can move forward and say, okay, maybe this makes sense, maybe it doesn't. I pray that they're not putting it off on this young man. That's all I pray. Is that if he did do it, then of course he has to. And I'm done after this. If he did it, then of course he has to pay. He has to pay for it. But if he didn't, I pray that they are just not putting it off. And I'm going on mute. Thank you. I know that's right.
No, well, somebody's talking about the news did report he had. No, the news didn't report that. No, they use the handcuffs of the officer. Okay.
Yeah, they use the handcuffs.
Okay. All right. 36.
Well, see something?
Okay, go ahead, Doc. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. So, see, the problem is with the news, and they are right. At first, they said, oh, he had the handcuffs, and they arrested him with his handcuffs. And then another news station said they arrested him with the handcuffs. So it's confusing. So that person is right because 2579, they get it all screwed up. So, that's why we said we have to see the evidence. So the person is right because one news station did report that. So that's why you think I said it, because I watched all the news. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
well,
Martin.
By the way,
you didn't want the panel talking too much.
Right. Let me just say this: the cousin one got caught with the gun, not the alleged shooter killer. It was the cousin got caught with a gun. Yeah. Okay. 36.99. Brandon.
Hey y'all. Hey everybody. I just, it's all there's no winners, but my spirit is just not settling with what they're releasing to the public. All we have seen is this young man.
You sound muffled now. I don't know what happened. You sound muffled.
Okay.
Right there.
All we have seen is this young man at a gas station in two different outfits they claim is from the same night. I want to see him around the vehicle, approaching the vehicle, accosting Officer Wesker, something, showing me pictures of him at a gas station that they claim is before and after
this horrible attack on Officer Wesker. I just need to see more. What are they holding? Why are you holding? We're the public. We have a right to know what happens on the city streets. This happened on the streets of Chicago. This heinous murder of this man getting off of work, Officer Wesker, and we all have the right to see what happened to him. We all want to know what happened, but releasing photos of an alleged suspect at a gas station changing clothes in the same night, it's just not working. I need more. You can give people speeding tickets when they run red lights, but you can't show us a picture, a video of this person in those clothes approaching the vehicle, getting in the vehicle. I need to see it. I just need to see it. And if you look at this young man's face, even when he's laying down, he cut all his hair off, his locks. And he's laying on his stomach and they're handcuffing him with Officer Wesker's handcuffs. To me, and even my husband brought it up and said, was this boy paid to be at that gas station at that time of night? Because that's all you're showing us. That's all you're showing us. Officer Wesker was murdered on the street, not at a gas station. No, those are businesses. Helen said that she went to the gym over there in that area. There's a gym over there. There's businesses over there. Somebody has footage. How come I can't see this young man, Xavier, approaching the vehicle, jumping in the vehicle, driving off in the vehicle? Why? I need to see it. It's a horrible thing what happened to Officer Wesker. And I just don't want to believe that anybody, I just don't want to believe that anybody would be that cold and that coward. I know it's true. Officer Wesker is not here anymore. But I need to see that they're saying this young man did it. I need to see him at the same place, approaching the vehicle, getting in it, so I can rest. My spirit is not settling about the events the way that they're putting them out. Yeah. Something is not right. And who shaves partial numbers off of any gun? Anybody that goes that far to shave down serial numbers on a gun, they're going to get them all off. How were you able to determine? Because I think they said it was only 2 or 3 numbers left on the serial numbers of this weapon, Officer Wesker's service weapon. How were you able to determine when you got the gun from the house that was the gun if most of the numbers were shaved off? It hadn't yet made it to the forensics department. But you said that you recovered Officer Wesker's gun from the house. How did you know it was his if most of the numbers were shaved off? I'm just saying. I know that something horrible happened to Officer Wesker. I know that because he's no longer here with us. But I need to know who did it. I don't need to believe what you say. I need to see that boy approaching that vehicle. I need to see him driving off in it. I just need to see it. Yeah. That's all. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let me go to the next call. Okay, caller, I'll need you, you kind of, 872, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I am so sorry, but that lady is right.
Was she right?
That lady is
hold on, what was she right about? Let me hear it.
She's right because of the videos. I don't feel like they coincide with the time. And it seemed like it was an older man on those videos.
What videos you talking about? Hold on, what videos you talking about?
From the gas station. From the gas
station. They just showed a still picture. Okay. Okay.
No. No, they had video.
Okay.
That they was showing.
Yeah, they did. Because he was walking back and forth, unsure.
And that lady said he was in 2 different outfits at 2 different gas stations. She's correct. He's correct.
In the same night. In the same
In
night.
the same
they
night,
claimed.
that young man could have been on his way to work at 3 in the morning.
Well,
I come
I
down
doubt that.
55th. I come
I
down
don't think he was
Garfield.
on it.
Hold on. I come down Garfield every day to go to work at 6 in the morning. That man, I have coworkers that live around that all Mexican neighborhood from 59th to 54th, Kedzie, and on West. And they have to be at my job that's right behind Midway at 4:30 in the morning. That man could have been on his way to work. I feel like
I need to see it.
He was not on his way to work. No.
Let's go back. You don't know that. You don't know that because you wasn't there. Let's go back now. Let's go back. They said that about a year ago that police partner got killed. Correct? His partner.
It wasn't his
That's
partner. It was
something.
his friend. It was his
No,
friend.
and he was a police officer. Correct?
Yeah, he was.
She was.
Okay. So
No, it was two of them, Ariana and the other one.
Well,
There was
maybe
a male, and then there was Ariana. They all knew each other.
Maybe they know something.
They all knew
It's
each other because the friend said it.
It's just kind of a coincidence. It's just kind of a coincidence. And this man is on at what, 2 different gas stations or the same gas stations? And
No, they said it was the same gas station. They said it was the same gas station before the killing and after. That's what they're alleging.
Right.
That he was in the area at that same gas station.
Well, everybody had a mixed emotions about that, but
So what
I
is
feel like
okay? Let me ask you a question. What is it that you don't believe? That's what I need to ask.
I don't believe that young man did it.
Okay, why? I'm just asking a question.
First of all, he was scared. He was scared. He was scared. That man is 22 years old. Let's go to his background. Have they even checked this man's background yet? Like,
Yeah.
what is it in his background that makes him do something like that?
Well, anything is possible. But you know what, Brian?
In that man's background, besides him being homeless, that he would do something like that.
Well, what if he didn't do it? And what if he ended up with that service?
And guess what's going to happen? He's going to do about 20 years. He's going to do about 20 years in prison before they say he didn't do it.
Well, what if he just went in the vehicle and after everything, the aftermath, and whoever did it drove the vehicle there? Because what if he just went in there and took stuff?
I said that yesterday.
That was his.
I said that yesterday.
Dr. Davis. It's just not my spirit justice. I need to see more.
That boy is 22 years old, and absolutely, I need to see more. Because what they talking about, he got shot at, the police officer. May he rest in peace. What that lady said, it is gyms around there. It's banks over there.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. I just want to ask you guys a question real quick. We got a new caller. If he didn't do it, why did he run? Just a question.
Because he probably saw it. He was scared.
That part.
No, I'm just asking. No, it's nothing. Hold on. This is not a laughing matter, people. We're just asking questions. This is an open forum. We just asking questions. These are legitimate questions. Go ahead.
Here's another question. Let me add on to what Martin just asked. Why did he cut his hair? Why did he cut his hair too?
Because he knew they was looking for him.
He that part.
I don't think 50 million dreadheads in Chicago. He didn't have to cut his hair if he didn't do it.
Yeah, I really don't think he
Go
did
ahead,
it.
9433. Go ahead. I didn't even see your number here. I'm sorry. Go ahead, 9433. I'm sorry. Go ahead, 9433.
I really think he don't. I really think he didn't do it. I need more evidence. They pointed out a black man just just to solve a case, just to say that one of theirs got killed. So they decided to point out one of our black brothers. And I need more proof. I need more evidence. And he cut his hair because he was scared. He ran for a reason. So I need more proof. I need to see him do this police officer because I really don't believe it.
Okay. All right, we got Helen. Go ahead, Helen.
Hey, Martin. Hey, good evening, everybody on the call.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah. So, yeah. So, this morning I was, going back to when it first started, going through the timeline. Just a couple of things. First, they put out a picture of him. This was after they got the arrest report. They put out a picture of Xavier, and it was just a picture of him. He had the hoodie on, he had all black on, and it was all black in the background. And so that was a picture that I have been seeing, after they got the arrest report of the arrest warrant, the warrant for arrest. And then today, that same picture shows him, the same picture, except the background is not blacked out anymore. You can see a brown, tall building in the background. I'll Martin give him the photos. That was something that I noticed. In another news article, I noticed also, all of this time they have been saying, writing his name, Xavier Jr. Tate. Today I read in an article, it had his name, Xavier L Tate Jr. So just, a couple of things that I noticed. And, they found the gun with the cousin. They didn't find the gun with Xavier. Now, whether maybe they had tracked Xavier to the house, I don't know. But
Helen?
One thing I do know, and that is that the cousin was caught with the gun. That's
Can I
one
tell you
thing
something,
that I
Helen?
do know. Yes.
It was mentioned yesterday. I don't remember.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I believe that it was on the show yesterday that Martin or someone had mentioned that they were able to track Xavier because he had an EBT card. Is that right, Martin?
EBT card. That's what they said. Well, that's what somebody said. He did do some order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I did.
That's all I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, I did see the video with him. He pulled out the EBT card, and I had to go back and look because I don't know if he made a transaction with that card. Like I have to go back and look at that video. I know he pulled it out. Then he turned around. He turned and went to the clerk. So he did buy something. I'm just not certain because I kept on trying to look. I was like, did he use the EBT card? So I'm not even sure now, in hindsight, that he even used the EBT card. He could have given the guy. I don't even know what he bought. I thought maybe
I didn't see him buy anything. It was so quick.
Right.
So quick.
Absolutely. That's why
he was confused in the video.
Certain.
He didn't know what he wanted in that video, Helen. I know he
Oh.
pulled it out. He was tapping it on his wallet or on his hand, and then he turned. He went to the counter and he got something, but I mean, I didn't see him,
All right, y'all.
and maybe I missed it.
Let's go.
So yeah.
Go to the next one,
You
y'all.
gonna pull it up, Martin?
That little thing. I pull up.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I pull up a few things.
No,
Okay,
you don't have to. I
okay.
can go back.
Okay. All right.
Look at it.
4248. Go ahead, caller. 4248. Call in number, people. Come on, call in.
Hey, everybody.
Bill, what's going on?
Martin? Yeah. This stuff is, man. It's a situation for me. I speak for myself. I like to deal with the facts and it's all right for myself to deep think about the possibilities, but the fact that the evidence that they are presenting to us is to me is just really disrespectful.
Not enough.
Because no way in the world had it been somebody else of a different race. Ain't no picking and poking and running away from it. They couldn't have came with this same weak evidence of the little video or the still shot or freeze framing it, which is something you that's eyebrow raising too. You show it seemed like a still shot to us because it was frozen. They showed the movement, him coming in, and all that did is it froze. And to me, that's an indication that if you didn't continue to show the rest of the video, at least another couple seconds of it, another 20 seconds of it, you're not being transparent. Because I'm sure that same business that showed him coming in got cameras outside. I'd be willing to bet the whole farm on it. But the young man, I believe he ran. It's a great possibility now that he might have had something to do with it on another level or whatever. But you innocent. You're supposed to be innocent until you're proven guilty. Yeah, at 22 years old, most young men that would get in a predicament like that, especially when he don't have a strong support system as far as parents, uncles, grandmas, or whatever. I don't know what that situation is, but they never mention it. They never mentioned it. The only thing they did mention that he was a junior. They ain't mentioned nobody but his cousin, which is kind of rare. But the young man cut his hair on the run. To me, it don't add up. He know they looking for him. Okay, he went to his cousin's house first. When you think his cousin or him communicating with each other, hey man, I just did this, or even if he didn't and left the gun, when you think the cousin would get rid of it in a matter of a couple days, even if he didn't do nothing but sell it, why would he hold on to it? But they didn't portray him as a criminal and a drug thug. Got him in video heisting a ATM machine. So you know,
Bill, let me go to the next caller.
It don't add up.
Let me go to
It
the
don't
next
add
call.
up.
Okay. Let me go to the next call. 1975. 1975. Last 4 digits.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Good.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. I want you to break down these charges that you were showing the graph. I'm not sure of the charge possession of a stolen firearm. That's what I would like for you to break down.
Oh, okay.
Why is
Okay.
Yeah. They charge him with possession of a stolen firearm.
Let's
Whose firearm?
the officer,
Yeah,
police
whose
officer.
firearm?
Okay, it says
Okay.
it said Tate is charged with first-degree murder of the police, aggravated vehicle hijacking, possession of a stolen firearm. So it's talking about the officer stolen. Okay, go ahead.
Now, can they charge him with possession of a stolen firearm when his brother threw the gun out the window 2 days ago before they arrested him? Or is they charging him with possession of a stolen firearm? Did he have a gun when he was arrested? Or
that's a good question.
Is his brother, or is his brother
I think that's his
snitching
cousin.
on him? Yeah, okay. Or is his cousin snitching on him and told the police that he got the gun from Tate and then he threw it out the window?
That could be it too.
Because I'm thinking to charge him with possession of a stolen firearm, he had to have the gun in his possession.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if they arrested him, he had a firearm, or when they arrested his cousin who threw the gun out the window, he told the police where he got that gun from.
So let's go back to something. Let's now Tate is charged with first-degree murder. So that's he plotted to kill him. Aggravated vehicle hijacking. So he took the car. He took his car, drove off with him. That's what I'm assuming. And possession of a stolen firearm. So all these are charges. We have 3 charges here.
Yes. And the only way they can charge him with possession of a stolen firearm, if it's the police officer's gun, that means they got him on video taking the gun off the officer.
Well,
they don't have that.
Or less his cousin snitched on him.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because his cousin threw the gun out the window 2 days before they arrested him. I mean, after they arrested him. The cousin threw the gun out the window. Then a couple of days later, they arrested him. His cousin must have snitched on him and told the police where he got that gun from. And then they charged him with possession. And then they charged him with possession. Now, if you can get some lawyers or whatever, I'm not sure how the Illinois possession of a firearm law works, but in order for him to charge him with possession of a firearm, when they arrested him, because the charges don't say which firearm he had. It doesn't say it was a police firearm or another firearm. It just said possession of a firearm. Either when they arrested him, he had a gun, or his cousin snitched on him and told the police where he got that gun from that he threw out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if his cousin snitched on him, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. We can sit here all day and say he didn't do this, he didn't do that. If his cousin snitched on him, because now he got a firearm charge. He's a felony. He got a firearm charge.
Okay.
And if he's trying to get out of that firearm charge, he snitched.
Okay. Now let me just say this. I wanted to say for the sake of people, when we talk about cases like this, and all this is circumstance information. We wasn't there. We don't have the information that CPD does have. But I can say this. It have been situations where you could see a car run and somebody jump in and take the car. It have been in situations where a person laid there dead or shot up, their gun laying invisible. Some people walk away and take their gun. There have been cases like that. So we just have to wait and see what the evidence that the Chicago police present to us, what the press conference is going to be about. So we know the state's attorney approve of these charges: vehicle hijacking, stolen firearm, and first-degree murder. So 3 charges. Now, I did never say that stolen handcuffs of the officer. It didn't say that at all. So they didn't even mention that. So, but they
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though, because I know you got to take some more callers, and I don't want to tie your line up. It came out when this went down. It came out that the officer was shot 16 times. Doesn't say by which gun. So, did Tate bring a gun with him? And if he did shoot the officer with the gun Tate had, where's that gun at? See, there's 2 guns.
Yeah, but see, yeah, we don't, a lot of stuff that we don't know. We could question. I understand. I don't know if the officer got shot 16 times because the spot shot has said they heard it was only 4 shots. 4. So we could debunk that theory that he got shot 16 times.
Gun 16 times, and the gun was
no, it wasn't no 16 times. No, shot spotter detective would have picked that up. It's 4 shots.
Okay.
It would have picked that up.
Got shot 4 times?
Well,
Okay,
it was no. Hold
times?
it. Now let me just say that the shot spotter technology picked up 4 gunshots. That's what I'll say. I don't know how many times he got shot.
Okay, so the shot spotter picked up 4 gunshots. See, we don't know if that's a gun Tate had, or to take the police officer's gun and shoot him with his own gun.
Now
we don't know that.
Now, if that is the case, just say that the officer got shot with his own gun. That probably placed Tate in his car with him or around with him, something, because you had to get up close up on the officer in order to take his gun. You know, it's so
now. Okay, now is that the charge we seeing where it says possession of a stolen firearm? Is that what they charging Tate for?
It could be the officer gun, because they didn't catch him. Okay. They didn't catch Tate with a gun. They didn't catch him with a gun.
Yeah, but we don't know when they arrested him if he had a gun.
No, they would have said it. They didn't catch him with no gun. They didn't say it.
Okay, so then, is it safe enough to say that his cousin snitched on him when he threw the gun out the window? When he threw the gun out the window, he told the police where he got that gun from.
Well, let me just say this. In order for the police to come to that house, they must have tracked Xavier Tate to that house somehow. So if that might be true, he took an Uber. You never know from the situation, and that's how they know where to go to that house over there. Or somebody recognized him in a photo and told the officers where he be. That could be it too, as well.
Yeah.
I read an article, and the article said that it was a lot of cars being broken in on that block when he lived there, and that after he was no longer there, the break-ins in the vehicle stopped. So if somebody seen him, they probably called the police.
Now, let me just say this too. Renee said the serial numbers track back to the officer gun. Let's just say this. Even if it wasn't no numbers on the gun, they have ballistic. They could do a test on that. They definitely can do that. Forensic, they could definitely do that. So they have a lot of technology, people.
Hey, Martin, the young man had a strong point, though. How would they charge him with the stolen gun when, in actuality, the cousin had the stolen police gun?
Well, I'll just say that because they know he'd been there. They tracked him to that house. And the cousin probably told, this is not my gun. Where did you get this gun from? I got it from Xavier Tate. He probably told. Unless the cousin was there on the scene with him.
That's a possibility, and they knew who they was after when they came.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then let me throw one more thing in. We don't know whether the guy who threw the gun out the window. We don't know if he actually shot the police officer.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
We don't
Right.
know. That's true.
You know, he could be put all this shit on tape. We don't know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Martin, I'm gone. Thank you very much, man. Love
okay.
you too, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Definitely love you too. All right, bye.
Okay. So they knew something was up with the gun if they started taking serial numbers off the gun. So it's I mean, a lot of questions. It's a lot of unanswered questions we have in our head. We know that Chicago police don't always get it right. One thing we know right now, they controlling the narrative and they letting out a little bit of information at a time, a little bit at a time. So we just have to stick on what we got. What we do know, we know an officer is dead. That's a fact. Okay. We know that in that picture, they have the person that was identified at the gas station, Xavier Tate. They got him in custody. Well, we do know the gun of the Chicago police officer was thrown out the window by his cousin. His cousin has been arrested. These are facts that we do know. We do know that the car was taken and driven 2 blocks away from the crime scene. Actually, we do know that. These are the things that they let us know. We do know that he's charged with carjacking. We know that he's charged with first-degree murder. We do know that he's charged with possession of a stolen firearm. So all these things we do know. These are facts that we can put on the table. Now, what we don't have, I'm talking about as public. I'm speaking as the public. We don't know if it was fingerprints from Xavier Tate on that car. We don't know. We don't know if the Chicago police have video of him in them areas because they have not presented that yet. I'm just going by what we don't know. We just assuming. And we can definitely speak on this. Now, we heard the 911 audio, and that kind of sound fishy. We knew from the beginning it's kind of like a lot of holes in here. So we know he's been charged. So these are the facts. He's been charged for 3 counts, 1 murder, first-degree murder, carjacking, and stolen of possession of a firearm. Those 3 things. The officer is dead. We know the shot spot technology heard 4 shots, detected 4 shots. Okay, that's what we do know, people. We know that he got caught in Glendale Heights. Is that right? They said he was hiding in the cabinet under the kitchen sink. That we do know that. We know that they arrested him with the handcuffs of one officer, the fallen officer. We do know that. I'm just putting the things out that we do know. We don't have to guess about. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Okay, what else? I'm trying to think. Any other facts, people, that we do know? Panel?
We know that we haven't seen him.
No, I'm talking about, no. Just give us facts what the police have given us, that what we already know. That's what I'm looking for right now.
Hey, Mark, one of the facts that I believe you could add on to that we dealing with a history of a police force that has done a lot of unscrupulous things. A lot of young black men have had their lives and futures taken or tampered with because the narrative that they put out at the time.
Okay,
in the media.
Bill,
when it happened.
That ain't what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for right now, give me some facts that we do know that we ain't got to guess about this case. That's what I'm saying, right? And that's what I'm looking for. I know what you're saying. That's what I'm looking for.
It's a half wholesale case. It's a half wholesale case.
We know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Any other things that we know? Now, did you guys hear anything about they tracked him to 55th and Morgan, then they tracked him out there to out there in the hundreds? Did you guys read anything about that? I was hearing about that. I didn't read that.
No.
Well, somebody said the news just said they'd use the tracking cell phone data to track him to Glendale Heights. The man still had his phone on him. He crazy.
Lord, see, that don't make sense.
Well, if that's the case, he still had his phone on him. They should have caught up with him a lot sooner. They did say
they tracked him to Iowa
they
too.
had him under surveillance. Right. They had him under surveillance.
Okay. Crystal said they tracked him to Iowa. I heard that. I didn't read it, but I heard of that. So I'm just trying to get a bunch of facts, stuff that we do know. So now okay, this is my question, people. Maybe y'all can answer it. This is my question, Bill. And I posed it to the panel. I asked her earlier.
Martin.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Need some facts.
Can I put out some other facts?
Yeah, go ahead. As long as it's facts, go ahead.
I did read an article. Yeah. Okay. This is what the police put out, that his gun, his badge, and his car was stolen.
Okay. Those facts.
But not his wallet.
No. Gun, the badge, and his car.
So where's the badge?
Haven't heard anything.
They haven't mentioned. They haven't mentioned that they recovered it.
No.
Interesting.
Okay, now I want to ask a question. Sharice, you real good at asking questions. What is it that we want to know that can convince us that he operated longer and he did this? What else you think we should know?
They need to show us. They need to show us the footage of him accosting Officer Wesker. They need to show us him in that vehicle or walking away from the vehicle. They need to show us that he is the one that was around Officer Wesker when he was murdered. I don't want to see a still picture of him at a gas station. Officer Wesker was not murdered at a gas station. They haven't even mentioned that Officer Wesker went to a gas station. How did he come in contact with this officer? What time was it? Where's the footage? It's just not making sense to me. Officer Wesker wasn't murdered at that Marathon gas station. So showing me footage, a video on the news and pictures of him at a gas station, it doesn't make sense. That's not where the crime took place. Anybody can be anywhere. If I'm at a gas station and a bank is robbed 3 or 4 blocks away, Just because I was at the gas station doesn't mean I did it. I
Okay.
could have. No.
All right. That's cool. Let somebody else say something. Okay. Somebody else say something.
Hey,
What else did y'all
I'm
want to?
Martin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Martin. Martin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Just because I was going back on the timeline just reading. There is a article where it's stating that the police tracked him 5 hours later from 55th and Morgan
Mm-hmm.
to the address on 108th in Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did a little ghetto search of Xavier, and his one address that he used to live at was on 57th and Peoria,
Okay.
which is around in that area. And it didn't. It lists one relative, and that person also stayed on 57th and Peoria. So that's just some of the information that was put out there. And I want to answer your question. What I want is just for person that did that murdered Luis to be arrested and given a fair trial. That's what I would want out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now,
whoever did it.
now, like the gentleman said last night, if they put out too much evidence and they go to a jury trial, it's too much information. He's gonna be convicted already because this is a hot story and everybody see it in the news and all that too. That does play on it too.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I agreed with him 100%, and there was some really good information that he really gave. Because when Stelling first went to the judge to get an arrest warrant, I didn't understand that. I didn't, understand why that was. And so it was just a lot that I didn't know that was cleared up. I just got a better understanding and education and some information from what he said last night. And really, when he said they won't put a lot of information out there because it would taint the jury, and he couldn't get a fair trial then. So I kind of understood that. Now they're having Xavier goes to court tomorrow, I believe at 11 o'clock. But before his court date, Snelling, Kim Fox, and Brandon Johnson will be having a press conference, to kind of talk about the case. It's just kind of ironic, to me. You got the black police chief, black mayor, and the black state's attorney,
And we can't get no
it may
money.
not mean anything, but just kind of.
We can't get no money.
Right.
I'm politicking now. We can't get no money. Mike was getting all the money.
And sometimes we can't get no justice. I'm not saying that in this case, but what I want is just the person that killed the officer, that person be, tried and given a fair trial. That's what I want. So, yeah, that's where I am.
Well, what I don't want the wrong person to get arrested. That's all I wanted to say. That's what I want. But my thing is, only question that I got to, one of my top questions is, was he operating alone? Talking about Xavier.
How would you
Tate.
know that?
No, I'm.
But how would you know
right?
that?
I wouldn't know. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Well, the CPD may know. They the one got all the evidence. They doing the research. So
exactly.
we don't know.
And
We
you
don't
just
know.
said the key words because everybody on here being repetitious. You said the key words. CPD may know. Everyone on here assuming you're listening to the news. 2579 CNN Hill WTTW. They all done gave all different opinions about this case. We actually don't know until CPP tell us.
Well, listen.
And not only that, the state's attorney,
hold
they tell us to give us
hold
the
it, Doc.
news is look.
Doc, hold it for a minute. Hold it. If you just go back 10 minutes in the conversation, well, we do know that an officer is dead. We know that was the picture of Mr. Xavier Tate in the gas station. We know he's been arrested. We know he's been charged. These are all the facts that we know. That's why I brought all these things to the forefront. We know that the car left the crime scene of the officer. We do know that. We know that a gun was recovered on 108th and Hill, whether it was thrown out a window or not. The officer gun. These are things that we do know right now. That's what I said. That's why I told us, let's go on the facts that we do know. Now, we don't know what CPD had. They may have fingerprints on the car. They may have video, doorbell ring videos. We don't know that. They might have it.
Exactly. That's my point.
We don't know.
Everybody, yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. We don't have all that information to make that conclusion because hell, it could have been his cousin that killed him. We don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Martin, let me chime in.
Yeah.
Chime in on something that was just said. And that the guy from yesterday brung up about we not knowing the evidence, and they don't want the jury tampered. That's a lie. Because number one,
I disagree on that, Bill. Hold
on. Let me finish. Number one, we don't know the evidence that they presented to the district attorney, the state's attorney. We don't know exactly what was revealed, but come on, use some common sense, a little common sense and a little logic. In order to make these allegations and get a person charged, you bring forth some of your strongest evidence first, not the weakest. And as far as public opinion in having the jury tainted, that's what they want. That's the whole narrative, to putting whatever evidence that they have to the media. That's a damn lie, man. That's a damn lie. They're not being fair or just, bringing forth some weak ass information.
Bill.
Now we don't know.
Bill,
we don't know what
we don't know what evidence they presented to the judge to get the arrest warrant. We don't know that, Bill. We're not privy of that information, so we can't say. Think about, Bill. Just think about what you just said. We don't know what they presented. When I say they, the officers, the police department, we don't know. It's probably information that we don't have privilege of. I'm sorry. We don't know.
The news have not showed us that.
Right.
The news have not showed us that.
Well, the news get their information from the police. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bill.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. They're going to put out, they're not trying to protect individual when they charge them. They want the public, they want the majority of the public to agree with what they're saying so that they can get a conviction. They're not, and they're going to bring, normally they're going to bring the strongest evidence and present it to a judge, a DA, and a state's attorney, and then the police department is going to reveal normally the strongest evidence because they want that conviction. They want to be right.
Well, it's looking good for the Chicago Police Department because they issue an arrest warrant for Xavier Tate. So they convinced the judge to issue a murder warrant. So So they had some type of evidence to convince the judge to sign off on that warrant. So that's all I'm saying, Bill. We don't know what it
here's
was.
another point. Here's another point. When the last time that they put out $100,000 reward for his arrest, personal arrest for a cop? I'll sit here and wait. And then that's number one. That's my first point. Number two, you do know that in North Carolina, 4 cops just got killed. Oh, he's in trouble. This by a black guy, by the way, that was getting ready to be served a warrant. So this dude is in trouble. He getting ready to get life in jail. He getting ready to get life in jail, period. Regardless of what evidence they have, he getting ready to get life in jail because this seems to be a problem that people's going around shooting cops, and you cannot do that. If you're willing to shoot a cop, what Bill, what Sharice, what Helen, Martin, how we gonna survive if you willing to shoot a cop and kill him? Regardless of who did it, how we gonna survive? Period.
Martin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Martin.
Go ahead.
I just hear a lot of contradictions.
Okay.
You know, I hear a lot of arguing for Xavier, and then on the other hand, the next 2 or 3 minutes, you know, I hear contradictions.
Right. Well,
to statements
let me say
that
this.
was just made, and
let me say this real
okay,
quick.
go ahead.
Let me say this, and I'll let you talk. My thing is, I questioned it from the beginning, so I'm not easily swayed. But I'm basing my theory on facts. All what we do know. Now, I'm thinking like, well, maybe he wasn't working about it if he did it. Was he paid? See, I know CPD will pay people to do things. I know that personally. So some of you guys don't believe that, but I know it. I could put my life on that. I know they pay people to do things. Put my life on that. Now, I don't put my life on anything, but I can put my life on that.
On it too.
Yeah, because they pay people to do things.
I can put mine on it too,
so
Martin.
I can question CPD and their investigation. Now, the facts, I can't deny that this officer is dead. Fact, I can't deny that they found the pistol. Well, I don't know if it's planted or what, over on 108th and Yale, whatever that street. Fact that they got this young man, that was the picture they presented. So fact, he ran. Fact, he cut his hair. I'm just saying. Now, because a person run from the police, that don't mean they always guilty. Because some folks just don't like the police, period. They had too many bad encounters with them. I just want to say that.
He knew,
you got some, hold on.
But he knew they was looking for him.
Of course he knew that. That's a fact. He knew they was looking for him. He knew that.
Young folks don't watch the news, Martin.
Yeah, some of them do. But go ahead, Helen. I cut you off. I'm sorry, but I just want to throw that. Go ahead, Helen.
So what I was saying before is I hear a lot of contradictions. You know, you ask the question, what do we want? I want the person that killed the officer to be tried and have a fair trial. Now, I'm almost certain that when they got the arrest report, they had something to convince the judge, and then came back and he was charged.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have the utmost respect for Kim Fox. I have the utmost respect and confidence that Kim would do the right thing with the evidence presented to her. Why do I say that? When Kim was elected, she went back and there were cases of young men that was convicted unjustly with trumped up charges and evidence. And those men was released. I know 2 of them.
knew that they were innocent. She went back, and that's documented.
Okay.
And so, that's all I wanted to add, Marty.
Okay. Old Timer, go ahead. He just came in.
Yes, sir. I was quite shocked, and I was listening last night at the information that was being given, but I heard you say something about a gun, about a serial number, something being, I think was being chipped off it or something.
Right.
I have to say that I'm quite shocked at the fact that they would find a gun, the officer's gun, so close to the family. I'm just really, that I don't know if it's changing things. I do know that the police can keep you off kilter, but making you not see everything and then turn around. Now they talking about they done tracked this young man for the last 10 days over to this place at Dubuque, Iowa, and back this way and all of this kind of stuff. Now they didn't open the floodgate. So now, and let's say the mayor's supposed to make a statement and the police chief's supposed to make a statement. Now I just don't see, unless they know something that we just don't know and can't even, but all these people on the phone can't even put together what they know. It just seemed like you're talking about the still photos, the shots, the different times. It's just amazing how, now do know they withhold evidence, but I just, this going to have to play out some kind of way that where it's going to have to make sense and going to have to tie this young man because they done brought the charges and now, of course, I'm more sure he's going to plead not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But I asked before if he did it. If he didn't do it, he needs to turn himself in because they was looking for him. But now they got the gun close to him. And I just don't believe that. I believe that people got better sense. Why would you have an officer's gun so easily that they can find it? Then you take it and throw it across the fence or something like that. Just seemed like you played right into their hands.
Too convenient.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing right into their hands with this. And then they bring the young man out with shackles on his feet. First thing I thought about was George Floyd. Now, I don't mean to go in there to try to change anything, but that man could have been living today if they would have shackled his feet and just left him on the ground and he could have breathed. See, so this proves you put the shackles on his feet, he can't go nowhere. And then they carried this boy through the grass like an animal, bent all over and carrying on. I mean, there wasn't no cause for that. You had a man in New York killed some people, and they took him away with the handcuffs in front of him walking down the street. So I'm saying these people got a motive that to embarrass us, and they don't want us to be together on it. But at this point in time, you got to try to stand with this young man to see how far they're gonna be able to take this because I mean they can't keep on just throwing stuff in our face like this here, man. They can just throw a frivolous stuff and just put it together and make it fit some kind of way. Throw something on the wall and make it stick. This don't seem like it makes sense. And I'm interested in seeing what the mayor going to say tomorrow on this because this man's sister said that if the mayor would have showed up at the funeral, she was going to make a public spectacle out of him in front of everybody. That's what she was going to do if he had showed up at the funeral. And the mayor was up to the last hour still saying, I'm going to go to the funeral until they told him, said, man, you just can't, you're not going to be able to go. He was up to the last hour, still put it on his schedule, and they told him that he couldn't come. So it's going to be very interesting how he's going to all of a sudden now jump on the police side. So now, don't get me wrong, he should make a statement. I want to set this record straight. You all out there saying I'm going against the police, there is no such part of the truth to that. I'm for righteousness and fairness for everybody. I have never gone against the police. They got this thing out there, this man is going against the police officers, and John Canizaro is got this thing throughout the police department where the mayor ain't with us, he ain't on our side. He's trying to kill us and all this kind of stuff. So they're going to have to stop this and nip this in the bud. But if the mayor come out and come against this boy Tate tomorrow, it's going to be a firestorm because then now you ain't hardly got nobody to stand on your side if the mayor is not on your side. Now, he was talking strong at the beginning. Police officers must do what's right. They must be held accountable. So now we're going to have to see if he's going to stick to that.
Mhm.
So, but I'm listening, and everything. So, very interesting point at this point in time because, they made up their mind. So now you have to see how people are going to make a good sense case against it and say, well, look, we need more evidence and more proof, and we need concrete proof, that you got to connect all these dots together about the store and different things. We need to hear it, and if they don't say it, but then they're going to leave us with the short end of the stick again.
And you
Thank
know
you.
what? This reminds me of this case. Some of you guys will remember this. It happened maybe 2 or 3 years ago downtown in the Randolph building or something, where a sergeant got shot and killed in the stairway, and they blame it on the homeless man and something like that. Yeah, and I believe that officer got killed by friendly fire. They knew that. One of the others offers a gun. He'd get killed by the person who they put the murder on.
Yeah, well, why would he
How
shoot?
you know that though? How do you know that, Marty?
Oh, I know
Was
that.
you there?
Yeah, I wasn't there, but I know that from the evidence. Some things I don't have to be. If I see a baby walking around, I know somebody had to conceive the baby. It took a man and a woman to do it. It don't make sense. It just didn't make sense. They never. I mean, that's what they do. This is what law enforcement do. I explained to you guys last night. If they were so outstanding, if their word was gospel, they wouldn't need body cams. They wouldn't need dash cams, audio. They wouldn't need these things if they wasn't,
Right.
if they were all this. I'm just being honest with you. As I always say, we living in a good day in time. This is the best time to be living in the land of living. Well, why you say that, Martin? Number one reason why is it the police can't do what they used to do in yesteryear. Listen, I said it last night. Bill, you agree with me. My parents used to always say, why the police picking on you? You know why? They wouldn't believe that when we tell them. They just stopping us. Well, you must have been doing something for them to stop you. No, you don't have to be doing anything for the police to harass you. That I do know. I lived through that. I lived through the 1987, the crack epidemic. I lived through the BD and GD war. I lived through all these things. And I witnessed it with my own eyes, how the police treated, how the police tried to set me up. I'm going to meet a guy for some dope. Never forget, on 62nd and Greenwood. The guy dead now. He said he wanted to look out for me. The man had a brown paper bag. I had somebody with me because I didn't trust him. He tried to hand me the bag, and I didn't take it. And I walked right past him. And the police was right there on me, zoomed right up on me. I said, I ain't got nothing, which I didn't have nothing. But they was ready for me to grab that brown paper bag. Whatever was in that bag, which I believe it was drugs, they was waiting on me to get, but something told me, don't grab that bag of dope, whatever he wanted to give me. And the police was right there. The guy had set it up for me to catch a case with the Chicago police. I know the Chicago police took money and drugs and guns from me. I know that for a fact, and I can put my life on that. Period. I know how they get down. The Chicago police, when I lived on 62nd and Dorchester, they raided my house without a search warrant. They was looking for cocaine. But what they didn't know, the cocaine wasn't in my apartment. It was next door. They didn't know that, though, but they thought it was in my apartment. Maybe because an informant told them I had some up in there. So I stayed ahead of the game of them.
But they still didn't have a warrant.
They didn't have a warrant. I wasn't even there, people. They told me, the neighbors said the police came up here, detectives came up to kick your door in and search your house. Turned everything up down. It wasn't no burglary. It was the Chicago police. So I'm just saying this. I have had a lot of bad experience with Chicago police. I respect the police. I call the police, but when they wrong, I'm on them. I'm on them.
Now, whoever killed this officer, if they prove that Xavier Tate killed this officer, hey, he got to accept his punishment. You know, I don't want nobody riding around killing polices just because. Period. Matter of fact, I don't even want the police shooting, killing us. But I know they got a job to do,
Right.
but they have to protect themselves. And I understand that. But if you shooting an unarmed man and killing a man, you think I'm going to be quiet with this platform that I got? If you shooting a man while he running away, shoot him in the back, you think I'm going to be quiet? No, I'm not going to be quiet. I'll fall out with the whole police department. For my people, I'm race first all day. Period. Now,
But you know what, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, go ahead.
They didn't kill him. They didn't shoot him. They didn't shoot him. It's just interesting. They took him into custody.
Yeah.
They did not kill him. They did not shoot him.
It probably was too many eyes around. That can happen too as well. When it's too. Go ahead.
I'd like to chime in again too, responding to Helen saying the contradiction. I believe I'm gonna speak for myself, but probably for the majority that's on here. I myself have had bad experience with Chicago police. I know their history, and like Martin said, he can bet his life on some unscrupulous stuff dealing directly with the police. I could bet my life on a bad experience, and I'm not going to go into deep detail, but directly with Chicago Police Department. Not only that, I hope that this young man does get a fair trial. And my position is, we talking about the evidence of what they have, and they don't have to let us know, but you have to look at the past to live in the present and go forward in the future. And they don't have a good past as far as high-profile cases. We got men that's being exonerated 20 and 30 years later that has been innocent. We don't know how many other people that has been innocent, but in sticking to this case and file, it doesn't look like he has a lot of means, and there's not going to be definitely not one prominent black attorney gonna put his hands on it, even when he know he might could come up and save this boy. But for clout and political reasons, there's not going to be one that step up and say, I'm going to help in this case. But it happens.
He's going to have a safe attorney.
And he's doomed if he have a public defender. He's doomed because the public.
Right.
Yeah, the public defenders. Yes, 9 times out of 10, the only way most public defenders are gonna sway with the masses. The only way if he got a public defender that go to bat with him is if this is a public defender that's on the rise, that's probably a politician's son, grandson, and he's gonna make a name of himself and save this boy. That's the only way a public defender is gonna, because he's gonna be stopped at anything and any turn that that he could present to save this boy, and that is history. That's the court system in not only Chicago, in Illinois.
Well,
because I haven't only had experience in Chicago, anywhere else. I just wish the real killer is tried, and that just because this boy was at in the vicinity, I don't want him to be thrown away just because there's a lot of narratives that we don't know what they have. just like somebody, I believe it was you, Martin, saying somebody could be walking by and see a car running and peep in it and
Jump in.
whatever. That don't mean that they
Yesterday.
guilty of killing a cop, and they just because they did that, the real killer, whoever it may be, is scot free because this person looked in the car or reached and grabbed whatever.
Mhm.
That's all I got to say.
That could be. Let me just say this, Bill. Chicago have they clearance rates for murder is probably anywhere from like 12 to 13%. So they don't really catch people for murders a lot. Seriously, Bill. So you got families right now, and I don't mean to be laughing, right now that's grieving. They had loved ones been shot and killed 10 years ago, and they haven't heard nothing from the CPD. Nothing. But I told you people two things. If you shoot a police officer, they're going to solve that crime within 24 to 48 hours. And if they don't solve it, it might be a setup. But they didn't. They didn't do it. So I'm telling you. So that's why I'm questioning a lot of things. So I'm saying that Chicago police have convinced me down through the years that they know how to solve a crime when they really, really want to. They have convinced me. They have made a believer out of me. They truly have made a believer out of me. So you would never hear me say that Chicago police can't solve no crime. Now you might hear me say they don't want to solve no crime and they stalling to solve the crime. Period. I'll say that. So it's something, I'm just want to see a lot of evidence, people. Now, I'm more like hoping that Xavier Tate didn't do it, but if he was in a facility or was he involved? So it's a lot of things out here that we got to find out. As the other man said yesterday, we just gonna have to go to court and find out. Sit and listen in the court, find out what they have. So, again, to his colleagues and his family, I have my condolences. Who want to say something?
The sad part, like you said, Martin, if he's not operating alone and somebody paid him to be wherever or to go do something, it'll never come out because of street code. Not only that, it would be bad for whether he have a public defender or a high profile lawyer, paid lawyer. It would never come out because there's an admission of guilt by saying somebody paid me and you come up with a name. That's admission of guilt. So if that's the truth and what God loves, somebody sent them there, it'll never come out. Meanwhile, that person that orchestrated for him to come there, just like they did with you, with that bag of dope. They orchestrated that.
Yeah, and listen,
they orchestrated that.
Soon as I walked past old boy, I helped him out. I said, I ain't got nothing, which I didn't. I didn't take it. Oh boy, he handed it to me, and then some just told me, don't take it. I didn't take it. Did not take it. And this is a real story, people. This ain't nothing I made up. Anybody know me personally that knew me when I was in the street, they know how I got down. It ain't no secret. Some of y'all don't know me. You look at me as a choir boy, but I ain't been like this all my life. So, hey, I've been in these streets. I know I know how these streets do you, make you mean, and, hey. So the police was right there. But I didn't take that bag. So they let him, they didn't even grab him because he had already had a case. I remember when they grabbed him. See, Bill, you may know this. In the street game is if you get caught busted in the street selling dope, everybody gonna pull away from you because they don't know if you talking or you got out too soon. Just that's the street code.
Immediately.
That's what they do. So I was already suspicious. I said, is he trying to set me up because to buy some time off his case? And that's what I was thinking. And I was thinking, contemplating in my mind, we will always compete against. All of a sudden now you want to deal with me. I said, this don't sound right. I took somebody with me. Even a person that was with me. Police didn't do nothing to him or me. Because I told him, I said, man, I ain't take nothing. I knew what it was. I seen him. It was a setup. So for all you get along, go along Negroes, think the police department is righteous all the time, something wrong with you. Period. You said, well, Martin, that was a long time ago. Hey, it's right now today, too. Telling you.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, you're right. Some kind of way we're gonna have to try to take a better stance. If things keep happening and they keep pushing us down, you're gonna have to start in your own way boycotting, stores and gas stations and different things and try to make a strong impact. Other than that, people, they may not take you serious. They don't have to do because these people, look how many police officers was over there. And they had a helicopter, everything. Telling people don't come home. Whatever you do, don't come to the neighborhood right now. And they just made a big old open show over there. And so they don't want all that to go to waste. So, but when it comes time for people to stand with the mayor and the governor, then a lot of preachers show up. A lot of people have their face so they can be on the camera. Well, this is probably the time to do that. This is probably the time to say, well, we need to know better evidence than what they're showing. Whether it's, forget about Kim Fox. Kim, she got to, say something to keep this heat off of her. And now that this has come up, they don't want her to say, well, we don't know if he did it or not. They want her to be in lockstep with everything that they're saying in one. So it's going to be interesting to see what the mayor say tomorrow. He's supposed to make a statement, and the chief. So it's not funny. But somebody's going to be singing tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, Bill, hold on before you say this. Let me just say this.
It's sad, like you.
Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
It's like you said. It's really sad, man. It's people who family. Even babies that have been killed, toddlers, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids that they don't do the same diligence, and to bringing somebody to justice. And if you can track this boy and just have footage of him at a gas station, and whether you tracked him from that block, you could do the same thing for some of these cases unsolved with these people in the hood that's doing got repetitive shooting.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just telling y'all, listen, let me just say this. And I don't want nobody thinking I'm bashing the police, but I will if I got to. I'll say this. When a young man gets shot and killed in the streets of the city of Chicago, and if he's a felon, a known felon, they're not going to do no thorough investigation unless less pressure is put on them from the community or the insurance company or something. They're not going to do no thorough investigation. I'm telling you, so many parents have reached out to me and say, Martin, every time I call a detective, he ain't in. He in the meeting. He on vacation. We haven't gotten out. We'll call you. Don't call us. These are the same words that they hear all the time. Now imagine all the shootings that take place. We have over 45, sometimes 45 shootings a weekend that's documented, right? Maybe 10 or 12 people dead or 8, somewhere up in that. So you need detectives to investigate these shootings. I remember I was on a crime scene. A white officer, white shirt, talked so nasty to me. I told him, I said, you know what, officer, how you gonna come and talk nasty to us, the public standing out here around the crime scene, then turn around and ask us did we see anything? That don't mix. That ain't gonna go. So if we did see anything, we're not gonna tell you. It's like what I told him. He looked at me and lifted his chest up, and he couldn't say he knew I was right. So I'm saying, I've seen police come on the scene, investigate a crime scene, never include the community. Never. Never ask nobody, have they seen anything or anything? Nothing. Nothing. I've seen this with my own eyes. I've been on so many crime scenes, and just watch. I see the white people standing over here and the black people standing over here on the crime scene. If you go back and look at some of my footage, you can look at it. Separation. Serious. They don't care about black deaf people in the community. There's an audio out right now, and I might pull it up, that it's a Chicago police officer. It was years ago. They got a 911 call. Said they shooting at each other. The police said, don't stop them, let them kill each other. Over the line, over the radio wave. A Chicago police officer said that. I'm going to bag it up too. I'm going to have it. I'm going to pull it up. Might not do it tonight, but I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to bag it up. Let them kill each other. So I'm telling you, y'all young black men, they don't like you. They don't like us. They want us to do what we continue to do, is to shoot and kill each other. Period. You got a lot of police lovers out here until they get in trouble. Now they want to cry foul. Period. Seriously. Well, I understand that some of us have some relatives that are in law enforcement. I have a son that's in law enforcement, and I love him to death. But if he's wrong, I'll tell him. Period. You know, we know you working for a system that's been in play for many years. And I always say, and I still hold, black police officers do not run the police department. The police department is ran by white people. Period. I can say whatever you want to say.
Proud brother.
Yeah. I ain't afraid to say it. They're not going to be solving our crimes. And nobody want to come out and say it, because see, I ain't in the bed with the police, so I can talk like this. You know, I can talk like this. I know what they be on. Some of y'all don't want to believe that. Just keep on driving while you're black. Keep walking while you're black. You will have an encounter with them, and it won't be what you think it will be. Period. I showed you something the other day. I was just driving down the street. Police pulled me. I had no reason to pull me over. Had no reason to pull me. I just went on live. No reason to pull. He didn't even ask for my insurance. He let me see your ID, because he knew he was bogus. I ain't argue with him.
DWI.
Yeah. I'm telling you, people, I'm going to find that recording. The police said, let them kill each other. I'm telling you. Chicago police. These are the same police we dealing with their sons now. They killed Fred Hampton and them. Shot them up. Chicago police. So we dealing with a wicked wicked police department that profile black men and women. Trust me. This thing is real, people.
There's always got to be a villain in every movie.
Yeah. But we're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it right here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope I made sense. I want to thank my Twitter X family for showing out tonight. Had like 30-some people out there on Twitter X, 48 people on YouTube, and I had 100-some on Facebook, which is good. Crime Chaser page, I had 4, and I had like almost 30-some people, I believe, on my other page. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. This has been a great show. We're going to do a follow-up again tomorrow. We're going to, as the details roll out, we only go, this is where we
Tell the truth
and what?
and shame.
We don't want to
devil.
lie on Xavier. We listen, if Xavier is free, we're going to push for him. But if he's guilty, ain't nothing I can do. But if he didn't do it, I'm going to stand with him. But right now, I'm looking at the facts. I'm looking at everything that's around it that they present. And hopefully they got the right person. If they don't, we're going to have a problem, people. Just can't keep going around shooting, killing police. You can't shoot citizens either. We got a gun problem, people, in our community, black people, whether you want to admit it or not. Old timer, you said this about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4, I don't know. We can't have a bunch of teenagers running our city of Chicago, having us afraid to say something to them.
Doing it.
That's what's happening.
They doing it.
We got a bunch of teenagers got us on lockdown. We're afraid to say something to them. All of that. So what we do, when we're afraid, we sit still, just let them do anything and say anything. They have no respect for law enforcement. They have no respect for God. They have no respect for their teachers. They have no respect for their parents. So in other words, they have no fear of nothing. If they feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. And they know how to use the law to benefit them. They'll stand in your face and cuss you out like a grown man or grown woman. But when you beat them down, now they want to holler, I'm a minor, I'm a teenager. But you wasn't talking that when you were standing toe-to-toe with me and face-to-face. These young folks, they real wise, but they weak. No. The Bible said they'd be wiser, but weak. You notice we got young addicts, pill poppers, blunt smokers. They can't even eat breakfast unless they smoke. Lean drinkers. Young people. We got young people confused. They don't know if they're male or female because society tell them it's okay. Whatever you feel like being today, you can be that. It's okay. That's normal. This is real, people. I'm still talking about Xavier Tate. He's a young man, 22 years old, accused of shooting. We realized he shooting a cop, he cut his hair. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Dr. D, Helen, Sharice, Bill, and a few others that called in. Thank you guys so much. It was a great show tonight. Hopefully, we're just waiting, people. That's all we can do. Wait on the facts. That's all we can do. You know, I told you guys from the beginning, I knew something was wrong with this case when listening to the 911 tapes. It just didn't sound right. But let's see. They build, like Bill say, they building their narrative. But I always been taught that the butt-naked truth, Bill, will undress a dressed-up lie. So the truth shall and it will prevail at the end of the day. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You already know
what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil. I love being black.